Hello, everybody. This is Dawn, and thank you so much for stopping by. I am going to go over something that's called the four perceptions. In my last video, I said perspectives, I think, and I meant to say perceptions. And this is coming from Alberto Villoldo. Sorry, it's I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it right. Let me just say this. He trained in South America with shamans in local shamans with indigenous people in South America. So I'll put it that way. He wrote some books, and one of them has this four perceptions that I found to be very enlightening and very useful in understanding us as people, as humans, and how we perceive each other and perceive the world. So I'm just going to go over this because I talked about being tribal in my last video, about seeing the conflicts in the world and feeling pressure to take a side. Well, you have to be on the side of these people, and otherwise you are okay with the hate and everything that's going on the other side. And that's tribal to me, and that's not going to help anybody, honestly. Yes, we need to stand up against atrocities, but when atrocities have been committed on both sides, how can you take a side? So let's talk about this. What is better than tribal thinking? What can help us that is to get us out of tribal thinking? And it's this little piece that I'm going to go over is about perceptions and how we see the world, how we see ourselves, how we see each other. So the first level, number one, the first level of perception is the body and physical perception. And according to Alberto, this is the level of serpent or the reptilian brain. And this is more about survival and about basic needs, and give me what I need to survive. So that's 1% spirit, 99% matter, so material. This perception is all about the five senses and what is mine and what I need and getting what I need, even at the expense of other people. As long as I get what I need, it's okay. It doesn't matter what happens to others. So it's a very materialistic kind of physical kind of eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth kind of thinking. So that would be level one. Now let's move to level two. This perception is the mind and emotional perception, the level of Jaguar. The mind interprets our reality versus the senses. So we're thinking more about what is happening in the world and where am I? Where's my place? And it's more of a philosophical family and tribes. There's nothing innately wrong with being in a tribe. That's how we survive better when we're in with a group of people where we're cooperating, working together. What makes this very difficult is when the tribe decides another tribe is inferior, or the other tribe is dangerous, we need to attack them. The other tribe needs to be humiliated and put down so we could win. That kind of tribal mentality is not a good thing. Okay, that will only hurt us. So tribes are full of brainwash and misunderstanding. Not always, but they can be. There is that cult kind of mentality of we're in this tribe no matter what, we're going to be supporting this tribe no matter what, the leader does or says, we are supporting the leader. So there's a lot of that going on right now in our politics, where it's very partisan. It's very, well, that's a democratic idea, we can't vote for that, even though it's a good idea, even though we agree with it. But it's a different group. It's the other it's the other political group's idea, so we can't go with it. So anyway, that is the tribal. Level 2 of perception is tribal, and it's not necessarily bad. Your family can be a tribal group, and it's not necessarily a bad thing. You take care of each other, and you can get a lot further along when you work as a group. So it's not necessarily a bad thing, but it can be. So the third level of perception is the soul and sacred perception, the level of hummingbird. Oh, so pretty. So this level is of the soul. It doesn't worry about survival, but rather looks to thrive. A house is not just a roof, but it's a home. It's sacred. So it's about creating a sacred space. It's more about cooperation. Let's work together to create a society that's loving and compassionate, that takes care of our sick and poor, to help the poor stand on their own feet and make a good living, and those who are homeless, if they need mental health care, get them that care, not worry about, oh, but we're giving away free money. No, it's more about caring and cooperating and working together to find a solution that works for everybody. It's like the win-win kind of attitude and mentality. So that would be level 3. So level 4 is the next level of perception, and it is the level of eagle. And at the level of eagle sees everyone being a spirit being. Everyone is equal. Nobody is to be left out. Nobody is to be discriminated against. Nobody is to be put down. Everybody needs to be included, because we are all one. Even the Hitler type people, we are all one. We are all spirit. We're here having a human experience. Okay, so I'm going to read this to you, because it's this level is difficult. It's very difficult to understand for a lot of us humans. So let me read this. Okay, so in eagle, there is no longer a poor person, receiving bread and a rich person handing it to him. There is only spirit, nourishing spirit. Wow. That's some deep stuff there. Okay, so when we face a difficulty, the closer we can get to the level of spirit, the less energy we need to affect change. Wow, right? At lower levels, we struggle to fix our problems. When we rise to the level of eagle, the 4th level, it's so much easier to just let it be and receive a better way of doing something instead of struggling to make change. So also at this level, we recognize that all of the answers are in ourselves. Sometimes we need outside triggering those answers to come to the surface, but the answers are within ourselves. And so we don't need to look to others or other things or pills or systems or anything to find that answer. It's all just inside of us. It's just more of trying to unlock that. When you're at the level of spirit, that information that you have inside of you can come more naturally and more easily. So at this level, we understand that we really truly are one, and harming one is harming if I harm somebody, it's harming myself. I'm really harming myself. And this entanglement, this connection that we have to each other, Einstein called it entanglement, right? Also spooky action at a distance. So this spooky action at a distance is interesting because we are interconnected, and if I change myself, it's going to trigger other people to change themselves as well. So as I become more spiritual, more awakened, more enlightened, and I just share love and compassion to people whenever I'm around, just even being in a grocery store with other people, they are going to feel that higher level of vibration, and it's going to make them feel better. And it will help them, encourage them to raise their own vibration, to become better people themselves. So I just wanted to really focus in on that because it is important, especially today with all the conflict and all the hate and all the taking sides and all the tribal thinking. It's important for all of us to really stay focused on, well, if I better myself, self-care comes into that. If I take care of myself and I help others by speaking loving and kind words to other people, by reaching out to people in need and helping them, then I am raising that vibration and making all that hate and all of that desire to attack the other tribe. I reduce that tension. Just me, myself, and all of us. If we can do that, there's the 80-20 rule. If we can get 80%, seems like a long shot, but it's every day there are more and more people who are running into getting into a more spiritual path and trying to make their life better, and just and not just in physical ways, but emotionally and spiritually, making themselves better people, more enlightened and more conscious. So I think that's where we all need to be, focused on making the world a better place, and it will bring down all of that hate and anger and tension, strife that's going on in the world today. So that's all I have. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for your comments, and do something today that brings you joy and makes you feel good. I love you all, and until next time, blessed be.